Because we couldn't just talk about niche fragrances. Today we're going to discuss my top summer designer fragrances. Let's get to it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Jredlamar and we are gathered here to discuss some summer designer fragrances. But before we get into it, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell down below so you can be notified of all of my upcoming videos. In addition to YouTube, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Jredlamar. So today we're going to discuss my top summer designer fragrances. Again, these are the fragrances in my collection that I own. They're probably not the best in the world, but from what I have, they're the ones that I consider the best. Now, our first fragrance is going to be Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue Eau Intense. Now, this fragrance is a classic for the summertime. Now, everybody knows the OG Light Blue is a summertime classic, but one of the main problems with that one was the performance. They eventually dropped Light Blue Eau Intense, kept that OG DNA, and bumped up the performance. This one's going to be a fresh, citrus, aquatic, salty fragrance. And the prominent notes are going to be grapefruit, mandarin orange, and seawater. You also get some woods and musk in the base. Now, this one I consider the poster child of summer designer fragrances. Light Blue Eau Intense is the standard, it's the go-to, it's the no-brainer for a summer designer fragrance. There's absolutely no reason to get the OG Eau de Toilette, just get the Eau Intense EDP. Our next fragrance is another from the Light Blue line, and this one is called Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. Now, this one is similar to the Eau Intense, but it bumps up that grapefruit note to the max. It has a very strong, rindy grapefruit smell to it. Same Light Blue DNA, but amps up that grapefruit. Now, I think this one is technically discontinued, but it pops up on discounters every now and then. And like the Eau Intense, this one is also an eaudeparfum concentration. Our next one is from Hermes, and this one is called Terre de Hermes Eau Givrée. This is a citrus, woody, spicy fragrance. This one has a prominent citron note, which gives off a dry citrus smell, and you get this green herbalness from a juniper berry note. There's also some wood and metallic notes in this one. But there's also this note in there called Timut that gives off this spicy grapefruit smell. That all being said, this smells very similar to the original Terre de Hermes, but with more focus put on the citrus side of it. Technically, there's no vetiver note in this one, but it definitely smells like it. Moving on, our next fragrance is going to be from Jean Paul Gaultier, and this one is Le Beau Le Parfum. This is a sweet tropical coconut fragrance. Pineapple, coconut, and iris. Some ginger, woods, and tonka bean towards the dry down. This one is a thick, heavier tropical fragrance. Overhyped because it's hard to find in stock anywhere, and if you do find it, chances are it's overpriced. Still a great fragrance, just don't overpay for it. I believe when I bought mine at discounters, it was $93. And nowadays I see this one going for 150 bucks. Don't overpay for this. If you're gonna pay for that kind of money, just go with niche, probably something like City Rhythm Miami. Our next fragrance is gonna be from Giorgio Armani, and this one is Acqua di Gio Profondo. This one is a marine citrus aromatic fragrance. This one has sea notes, bergamot, green mandarin orange. Also, you get some aromatics from rosemary, cypress, and lavender, with some woods and musk in the base. But most importantly, there's a mineral note in here that really stands out in addition to the watery notes. And those mineral notes give this fragrance a more mature, professional kind of vibe, which makes this one a great fragrance for the office. It's the mineral notes in this one that really sets it apart from those other blue, aquatic, everyday fragrances. Our next one is going to be another fragrance from Jean Paul Gaultier, and this one is Le Mal on Board. Now, unfortunately, this one is a discontinued fragrance. I believe I found this one on FragranceNet for about $60 at the time. Ironically, when I bought this fragrance, I was on vacation on a boat in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. So this one takes that OG Le Mal DNA and make it sweeter and fresher. So the notes here are going to be bergamot, geranium, tonka bean, and amber. And this one has a sweet blue raspberry smell to it. To me, it smells just like blue Jolly Ranchers. Very nice. If you can find this one anywhere, I definitely suggest picking it up. Moving on, our next fragrance is Versace Man Eau Fraiche. This one is a great, cheap, warm weather fragrance. Now this fragrance has a ton of notes in it, but you're mostly going to get bergamot, lemon, starfruit, woods, and musk. And there's also some aromatics here. Now what stands out here the most is that starfruit note. And that starfruit note is what this fragrance is mostly known for. You can say the starfruit note gives this fragrance its identity. And that starfruit note gives it a citrusy, green, sour, fruity smell. It's very distinct. This is a great, everyday, inoffensive fragrance. Personally, I like to wear this one to the beach. Our next fragrance is going to be Jimmy Choo Man Ice. Now, although this is a great smelling fragrance, this one frustrates me, and I'll tell you why in a second. This one's a fresh citrus woody fragrance. So your prominent notes with this one is going to be citron, mandarin orange, bergamot, apple musk, and ambroxan. Now the name of this fragrance kind of hints at what you're going to get. A nice citrus, cooling, lemonade-y kind of fragrance. Again, it smells great, but what drives me crazy about this fragrance is that the performance sucks. Of all the fragrances I have, this one is up there with some of the worst performing. If you're lucky, you may get an hour or two of performance. We definitely need a Jimmy Choo Man eaudeparfum because this one sucks performance-wise. My next fragrance is going to be from Ralph Lauren, and this one is Polo Deep Blue Parfum. This one takes that dated polo blue EDP shower gel kind of smell and makes it a little more interesting. You have your usual watery citrus notes, some aromatics, etc., etc. But this fragrance throws a mango note in there, but it's a green mango note. So it's not that sweet, juicy, super tropical mango, but a lighter, greener, slightly tropical mango vibe going here. Not enough mango to label this one as a mango fragrance. I wouldn't even call it a tropical fragrance. It's a blue shower gel fragrance with slight mango in there. And there's also some ambroxan here as well. It's a clean, masculine fragrance with decent performance, very solid fragrance. Moving along, we have another from Versace, and this one is Versace Pour Homme. This is another great cheap fragrance. This one has that standard cologne smell to it. Like if you want something that just smells good, that doesn't cost a bunch of money, something you don't have to think about too much, just throw this one on right here. Lemon, bergamot, neroli, and some florals are going to stick out here. Citric, clean, slightly soapy, slightly green, inoffensive, everyday fragrance. That's what you're getting with this one. Super versatile, you can wear this one anywhere. You can throw this one on when you just want something that smells good. And last but not least, we have Nautica Voyage. Now I believe this one is the most sold fragrance on Amazon, and rightfully so. It is one of the best fragrances that you can get for only $20. It's a green floral aquatic fragrance. This one has green leaves, apple, lotus, mimosa, and some woods in the base. As far as the smell goes, this one's going to smell like an aquatic cucumber fragrance. One of the greater appeals to this fragrance is that you can find it for $20. That being said, a lot of people pick this one up early in their fragrance collecting. It's a great fragrance to wear to the gym. Nautica Voyage and Versace Pour Homme are my go-to whenever I'm going to the gym. And it's perfect for the younger crowd, teenagers, early 20s, those who are still in school. Again, one of the most sold fragrances on Amazon, if not the most sold, and for good reason. So that's going to do it for today. Those were my top summer designer fragrances from my collection. In the comments down below, let me know what you think about these, and let me know what some of your top designer fragrances are for the summer. Remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell down below so you can be notified of all of my upcoming videos. In addition to YouTube, you can find me on TikTok and Instagram at Jredlamar. Once again, my name is Jredlamar, and until next time, spray something.